America, Joe Biden's campaign is lying to you once again, and they're gaslighting. Now they're trying to say that I said black people were doing better under Jim Crow. I never said that. They are lying. But why would you be surprised? Because they always lie. This is the same Joe Biden that said, if you don't vote for him, then you ain't black. The man is a liar. Sorry, just call it what it is. What I said is that you had more black families under Jim Crow. And it was the Democrat policies under HEW, under the welfare state, that did help to destroy the black family. That's what I said. And I also said you're seeing a reinvigoration of black families today in America. And that is a good thing. So don't listen to the lies from the Biden administration. I know what I said, and I'll say it straight to camera. They got to run to the Philadelphia Inquirer to move their lies. Joe Biden does not care about black people. He never has. He cares about power. First, second, and third. They can go somewhere with all that. See ya.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I gotta tell you guys, desperate times calls for desperate measures from Democrats in the Biden administration, because the writing is on the wall when it comes to the so-called black vote. If the election was held today, Trump would probably get 20, who knows, maybe even 30% of the black vote. And if that is the case, if that turns out to be true, that Trump's support among black people and also Latino people as well too is as strong as the polls claim that it is, then the election will be won in a landslide by Trump, okay? And the Biden administration knows this, okay? And again, part of the reason why black people are identifying with Trump, and again, this is not according to me, okay? I'm going to let 50 Cent tell you guys why in front of Ben Crump's face after his visit to the Capitol.
Have you made a decision?
I haven't.
What do you think is a significant?
Thank you.
Just last question. What do you see as the significance of African American men in this election for both of you?
I see them identifying with Trump.
Why do you say that?
Because they got RICO charges.
Yeah, so I'm sure ambulance chaser Ben Crump almost had a medical emergency hearing another black man, 50 Cent, say to his face, tell the media that, hey, I see black people identifying with Trump because they have RICO charges, okay? And we know that Trump is facing RICO charges out in Georgia. More specifically, he said black men who, again, we know for a fact are moving over to conservative or the Republican side of the aisle more so than black women, okay? So he was talking specifically about black men. Now, when Trump said something to that effect, the mainstream liberal media had a full-blown meltdown over it. Now, let's see how they treat 50 Cent. I mean, who knows? You'll have people come out here and say he ain't really black. A lot of those people probably will be white liberals like Chelsea Handler. You guys remember that when she went out to 50 Cent, when he basically insinuated that he might vote for Trump, okay, in 2020.
You heard about my ex-boyfriend, right, 50 Cent, and his support of Donald Trump.
Yeah, what's going on between you? I saw your tweets, and I go, wait, what's happening? Because you said he was your favorite ex-boyfriend, and then what does he do? He's supporting Trump?
He says he doesn't want to pay 62% of taxes, which, by the way, isn't a plan of Joe Biden's. That's a lie. So he doesn't want to pay 62% of taxes because he doesn't want to go from being 50 cent to 20 cent. And I had to remind him that he was a black person, so he can't vote for Donald Trump, and that he shouldn't be influencing an entire swath of people who may listen to him because he's worried about his own personal pocketbook. So I haven't heard back from him yet, but I am willing to, seal the deal in more ways than one if he changes his mind and publicly denounces Donald Trump. I might be willing to go for another spin, if you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, and she thought that it was okay for her as a white liberal to try to correct 50 Cent as a black man in regards to how he's supposed to vote because she has had some black DNA inside of her, right? She thinks that, again, gave her the right to tell him how he's supposed to vote based off his skin color. Again, amazing stuff. But yeah, we all know that black liberals and white liberals are going to be equally upset about 50 Cent's visit to the Capitol because he took some pictures with some Republicans. He also took pictures with Democrats too, but again, they don't care about that. They just care about the fact that he took pictures with Republicans. And he said that he sees black people identifying with Trump because of Trump's RICO charges. And I gotta tell you, that basically says that the political persecutions against Trump are backfiring, specifically when it comes to the black vote. Now, with that being said, you have Joe Biden and Democrats upset about this, panicking about this. They know that this is an issue for them because they are creating fake outrage along with the mainstream liberal media over Byron Donalds having a discussion, a black voter outreach event in Philadelphia where they talked about themselves, okay, and being conservative and Republican, and essentially, again, it's a black vote outreach event, right, for the Republican Party, okay? Very simple stuff, okay? Shouldn't be anything controversial. However, the Democrats made it controversial because they're now pushing the lie that Byron Donalds, during this conversation, claimed that the black family or black people were better off under Jim Crow, right? This is what the Biden administration is saying. This is also what Hakeem Jeffries, aka Discount Obama, is saying. This is what he said in Congress, that Byron Donalds said that black people were better off under Jim Crow. This is what Hakeem Jeffries said in Congress, and then he said fact check, right? As if he was actually stating facts, but he actually was doing nothing but stating lies. Take a look.
Mr. Speaker, it has come to my attention that a so-called leader has made the factually inaccurate statement that black folks were better off during Jim Crow. That's an outlandish, outrageous, and out-of-pocket observation. We were not better off when a young boy named Emmett Till could be brutally murdered without consequence because of Jim Crow. We were not better off when black women could be sexually assaulted without consequence because of Jim Crow. We were not better off when people could be systematically lynched without consequence because of Jim Crow. We were not better off when children could be denied a high-quality education without consequence because of Jim Crow. We were not better off when people could be denied the right to vote without consequence because of Jim Crow. How dare you make such an ignorant observation? You better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yeah, so this guy might be one of the corniest so-called black people that I've ever seen in my life, because, I mean, clearly he's light-skinned. He's probably not, okay? And on top of that, he is trying really hard to be stereotypically black, even though we know that that's not you, brother, right? That's not you, okay? You're trying to say things and to use slang and, I guess, black vernacular, okay? I'm not sure exactly what you call it. You're trying to use that in order to identify with people that you really don't identify with like that. Let's keep it all the way 100 because it doesn't even sound natural to you. But again, I want you guys to notice, okay, these so-called pro-blackity blacks, a lot of them, they're light skinned, okay, and they're trying to prove their blackness because they are confused about who they are, right? They're half black, half white. In some cases, they're, 3/4 white, 25% black. And again, they are so uncomfortable with who they are as a black person that they have to go out of their way to try to prove their blackness by denying the blackness of other black people who don't align with their politics, as if black people can only be liberal or progressive, okay? And if you're not progressive or liberal, then you ain't black. AKA, if you don't vote for the white man, Joe Biden, you ain't black, right? And Joe Biden said it himself. He said, if you don't know whether to vote for me or Trump, then you ain't black, Charlemagne, okay? Because I'm Jim Crow Joe, the segregationist, the guy that was against busing because I didn't want my kids or white kids to be in racial jungles. Crime Bill Joe, Drug Bill Joe, Mr. I'm going to give a eulogy to a Klans member Joe, right? I hang out with members of the KKK Joe, that Joe. Yeah, that's the person that Hakeem Jeffries, Mr. Pro-Black revolutionary here, wants black people to vote for, okay? It's funny how that works. In order to get black people to vote for Joe, he has to lie about another black congressman and say that Byron Donalds said something that he didn't say and then want to call it a fact check. I guess it's easy to fact check something that somebody didn't say, right? When you're putting words in their mouth. But that's not what he said. I want you guys to actually listen to the full clip of what Byron Donalds said in context. And it's not even close to what this clown and the Biden administration are claiming.
I grew up with my mom. My dad and my mom, things didn't work out. As an adult, I look at my father and I say, bro, I don't know what happened, but you my father and I love you. Wow. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. Wow. But I'm going to tell you this. Growing up, the one thing I knew I wanted to do, and this is not about my father, this is about what I wanted to do, is I wanted to be a father to myself. And so one of the things that's actually happening in our culture, which you're now starting to see in our politics, is the reinvigoration of black families with younger black men and black women. And that is also helping to breed the revival of a black middle class in America. You see, during Jim Crow, the black family was together. That's right. During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative, because black people always have been conservative minded, but more black people voted conservatively. And then HEW, Lyndon Johnson, and then you go down that road, and now we are where we are. What's happened in America the last 10 years, and I say it because it's my contemporaries, it's Wesley's contemporaries, you're starting to see more black people be married in homes, raising kids. It's when you home with your wife raising your kids, and then you look at the world, you're saying, now wait a minute, time out. This does not look right. How can I get something to my kids? It goes back to the conversation of generational wealth. Not just having a job, generational wealth. I'm looking at my kids. How can my kids be on my shoulders when they take off in life? That's what's happening.
Yeah, so imagine being so desperate to win over black people that you take a conversation that this man is having, where he's clearly talking about the role that his own father played in his life. Okay, the fact that his father wasn't there in his life for as much as he would like his father to be in his life. He said, listen, as a father, I want to be in my kid's life. And he talked about the importance of fatherhood in nuclear families when it comes to building generational wealth for black people. Okay, an overall positive conversation. And then he talked about how, okay, yeah, the black family was together under Jim Crow. And the reason why he brought that up is to say that, well, because of Democrat policies, aka the welfare state, okay, Lyndon Johnson's war on poverty, that incentivized the breakup of the black nuclear family, okay? Black women, specifically black single mothers, were incentivized to depend on the government, to marry the government rather than the black man, okay? And again, it just made it easier for families to be broken, and that's what happened. But under Jim Crow, even in a time where there was racism in the country, there was segregation, black people were being oppressed, the black family still stood together. In fact, back then, across all races, families were more together, okay? But regardless, what he said was a fact, okay? Democrats hate facts. This is why they couldn't actually say what he actually said. They had to spin what he said because, again, they can't stand facts. They can't dispute facts. They can't debate the facts. But what he said was true because according to the Institute for Family Studies, in 1950, just 9% of black children live without a father. Now, if you fast forward to today, only 44% of black children have a father in the home. Again, that's terrible. And then look at all the issues that black people have today as a result. We know how correlated crime is with fathers in homes. Back then, in the 1940s, 1950s, the black crime rate was lower than it is today. Well, why is that? It's because you had fathers in homes. You had a better culture. Now, again, does that mean that black people were better off under Jim Crow overall? No, that's not what it means at all. And if you're interpreting those comments in that way, then you're dumb, right? You're just stupid. I don't know what else to tell you. Obviously, your listening comprehension skills need some work, okay? But Democrats, they're just flat out lying because they believe that black people are stupid. This is how stupid they believe black people are. That they can just lie about what this man said and black people going to buy it, right? They're going to run with, Byron Donalds said black people were better under Jim Crow. When if you actually listen to what he said, there's no reasonable or intelligent person that can listen to that and say that, he said that black people were better off under Jim Crow. That's crazy. He just stated a fact about how black families were more together under Jim Crow. And again, that is an actual fact, right? That is an undisputable fact, okay? But again, Democrats, because they know that their policies have broken the black family, they don't want to deal with the facts, right? So again, they rather spin what he said and lie, and then again, try to do this type of virtue signal, this fake pro-black virtue signal from Hakeem Jeffries that quite honestly is tiring, right? And I think this is why you have black people running away from the Democrat Party, because it's offensive. Honestly, it really is. It is offensive to be a black person and to watch as Democrats try to pander to the lowest common denominator of black people, right? Why does Hakeem Jeffries feel the need to speak like that in Congress? you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. These comments are out of pocket. Who are you talking to, right? You're a sitting congressman. Who are you talking to? Because again, he ain't talking to white people. He would never talk to the white man that way. He would never talk to the white man that way. Same thing with Kamala. This is why when she goes around black people, she changes her accent. She changes the way she speaks because, again, these people think so low of black people. Like, I can't talk to a black person the same way I talk to a white person. No. I got to stoop down to their level, right? And start, using this slang, okay? The Ebonics, right? This is what they do. This is how they think. This is how dumb they think you are. Again, they think you're so dumb that they can just lie to your face and they can get away with it. Oh, we just accused this black Republican of saying something he didn't say. They too dumb to look it up, right? They just know we screaming racism because they think so lowly of you as a black person that they don't even feel like they can talk to you like a normal person. I can't talk to you like the white man, right? No, I got to talk to you like the stereotypical black person. That's how low they think of black people. And it's right in front of your face. And I don't understand why people don't see it, okay? It's one thing if that was Hakeem Jeffries, if he talked like that all the time. He doesn't. He only talk like that when he trying to talk to black people. Why? Because he thinks you're dumb. So, hey, if you can't see this by now, like the tricks from the Democrat Party, I really don't know what to tell you. If I was a black liberal, right, I'll be offended. I'm not even offended as a black conservative because I already know this is the Democrats' game. I know that, they don't really think that highly of black people, and I'm okay with that, right? I'm totally fine with that. I just wish other people would see it, okay? And if you don't see it by now, again, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.